Yeah, I'm in the lab, we ain't on bag. I'm talking that rich shit, do the math. I don't gotta.
Hey, 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 I did it, I told you. We did it, we Frank and gang, we did it, we told you. 40K out on Twitter, now I'm out here cooking on Pro Tools. You a common fool, won't approach you, but these common fools, they need hope to. Peep the bars I've written, homie you lost emotional vision. Homie you soft, I'm Goku, you krillin'. This shit got me sauce like soju, I'm sipping. I'm popping off, won't be stopped. They coming my way, they get cry, oh my god. I found me a lane that go right to the top. Elevator shit, oh my god. Hey, 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 I did it, I told you. We did it, we Frank and gang, we did it, we told you. 60K on the Twitter, now I'm out here cooking on Pro Tools. You a common fool, won't approach you, won't approach you. Goddamn bitch, I am the hope. I put a hater face on the stove. I let these motherfuckers all know. Yeah, it's Armageddon, I'm hardly venting like this. I'm venomous shit, no pot of pissing, so I'm putting my dick in this intro. What? I am the villain, I ain't no hero. We could get scary, Robert De Niro. Goddamn, man, this shit is a free throw. Yeah, blockchain, they've been boosting my ego. Octane, I've been feeling like Devo. Point away for a punk is a steal. Never wait, bitch, I'm out in the field. Fuck the fake shit, I'm keeping it real. They dig in their grave cause they're stuck in their feelings. Man, I can't relate, man, I need me some millions. Nah, I need me a billion like Jay and Ye. I gotta go get it. The hate they've been sending, I kept the wheel spinning on top where we ended. Yeah, we did it, 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 we did it. We did it, we did it, we Frank and gang, we did it, we did it. Man, fuck them all, man, fuck these bitches, we did it, we did it. We did it, 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 we did it. Dr. E so evil. Ain't no telling in the lab what he gon' do. Doctor, I need Franken powers. So the doctor, he took me to the Franken Tower. Yeah. Sweeping the flow, doing them all, do it again, do it some more. Sweeping the flow, do it again, do it again, do it some more. I need some more, Franken punks, I got some more, holding them all. Hard on my Franken, I'm hard on my Franken, I'm hard on. Yeah. You see these hands made of diamonds, they be shining. I've been here for some time and OG roller get assigned in. Pull up, we've been climbing with my Frankens, we've been climbing, we've been rising, flying, 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 flying. Ain't no FUD around here. Put them motherfuckers in the mud. Buzz like Lightyear. How we fly around her. I'm the plug for the rhymes here. Ain't nothing like 3D Franken punk. So sublime here. Yeah. Dr. Evil. I'm so evil. Dr. E so evil. No telling in the lab what he gon' do. Doctor, I need Franken powers. So the doctor, he took me to the Franken Tower. Yeah. Sweeping the flow, do them all, do it again, do it some more. Sweeping the flow, do it again, do it again, do it some more. I need some more, Franken punks, I got some more, holding them all. Hard on my Franken, I'm hard on my Franken, I'm hard on. Yeah. You see these hands made of diamonds, they be shining. I've been here for some time and OG roller get assigned in. Pull up, we've been climbing with my Frankens, we've been climbing, we've been rising, flying, 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 flying. White list, white list, white please. White list, white list, white list, white please. Like this, like this, like this, like this, like. Hey, we been on a mid all night. NFT, Twitter too hype. You been buying fiat, yikes. FDR gonna bite. Inflation going high, way high, too high. I'm Shiba Inu, I'm an eat you. When I spit, ain't no redos. All of your actions are see-through. Pop up on them like peekaboo. Then I shock them suckers like Pikachu. Yeah. Yeah. NFT rap, I invented it. They ain't seen it like this on the internet. You ain't got no Frankie, you don't get it then. Just wait till we blow up and regret sets in. Just wait till we blow up and regret sets. Hey, they been placing bids, homie, it ain't high enough. Blow getting swept, now my Frankie's flying up. Does it look like I slept? Bitch, I'm always grinding, yeah. Yeah, it's hard to find rest, cause my Frankie's find me up. Find me up, find me up, find me up, find me up. Find me up.
For lack of a better term, I think we just kind of make it the Wild West. If a proposal passes, we just push it through. You know, at the end of the day, I think, yeah, the whole ethos of the project is just like community governance and allowing the community to choose what to do with it. So,
reminiscing on the past tense. We was all homies back then. When the roses go away and the sky turns gray and you see their true face. Bad blood from your actions. They don't seem to understand what happened. I'm so tired of these games that you wanna make a change and you go the other way like two-face on a schmeagle. Put two-seater, here we go. To the top like we're people. We the kings cause we do it for our people. We got a war chest, it's full of ETH though. And a bad bitch, I'm with my real bros. Ayy, I'm so grateful that we crashed. They cut the lawn low and I caught your stank ass like fired up, baby. I'm fired up. Yeah, I'm fired up. Fired up. Fired up. Got me fired up. Yeah. Everybody got their own agenda. Mine is on my sleeve. Goes behind your back like a dagger. I'm so fed up. Hop inside the booth and I grip the damn Beretta. Got me feeling like 6, Tuscan leather. Nobody do it better. Bitch, I am the meta. Throw me any storm, rest assured it get weathered. They thought we wouldn't prevail, then we came right under you. Big business round here, round. Big business round here. Limousine cushion, easy pushing hitters round here. Fuck you mean? We the villains out here. Keep on me mugging. How you get to sleeping around here? We going up and up. They going rug on rug. I'm just like, what the fuck? Guess we the only ones that haven't folded up. Homie, we holding up. We got that faith, we built with the bear. We love our holders, bruv. We cannot be like banditos. Fuck all these photos, I'm doing Delito. We built this shit from a trio. Yeah, we get green, we looking like CeeLo. Came in the game a week old, then we blew up, we broke it like Neo. I ain't rocking no chains, just go check the chain. You know I be pushing that ETH though. I'm trading cash for hash rates. I need the fastest pathway. No going back that way. We're doing the digital dash. Ay, life back then so hard for me, and life right now still hard for me. But I've been going so fucking far. When they walk by, they say pardon me, pardon me. Big business round here. Limousine cushion, ETH pushing hitters round here. Fuck you mean? We the villains out here. Keep on me mugging. How you get to sleeping around here? Yeah. Big business round here, round here, round here, round here, round here. Hey. Big business round here, round here, round. Yeah. Yo. What's good? 1 second. There's like some weird thing going on right now with the stream.
which I'm trying to actively repair live. Just let me know if it's lagging. I don't know why it's doing this. Normally it's perfectly fine, but when I'm using the effects functions like this chroma key for this background, it gets unbearably laggy. So I might have to keep it on that. What's good, Pablo? We got Pablo in the building. What's good with my Frank and Punks? If you're watching this, and it's not live, it's all good. Just skip ahead a bit. When we get into the nitty-gritty details, as usual, we're going to I think I gotta remove this. Sorry, I gotta remove this because it looks super laggy to me, and I don't want you guys to have. Other guys, see now I think we're good now. With that overlay, it's just creating. It never does that. It never does that. I gotta figure out why it's doing that. It was working perfectly before, so I'll figure that out. We'll just keep it au natural. Can't be in the Franken dungeon today. Today I'm in the Franken Granny. I'm in the Franken Granny's dungeon, as you can tell by the old 100-year-old wallpaper. But how are y'all doing? Audio coming in good? Just give me a 420 in the chat if everything's coming in crystal clear, and you're feeling Gucci Palucci. You know what I'm saying? And we'll kick this stream off. We'll kick it off. What's up, Pablo? We got Rodney's here. Good to have you. Senor, Enzo, of course, Munkin. Yo, yo, yo. What's goody? Okay, so we got a lot happening in Punksville. Well, it's a lot of DAO related things. This is our focus right now, is to really solidify the North Star of what we're trying to do, which is provide value to Frankenpunk holders, right? Provide value, opportunities, and experiences to Frankenpunk holders using the CryptoPunks as the vehicle to provide those experiences, or at least one of the main vehicles, right? That's kind of like, I think, where a lot of productive discussion will happen if we get in that headspace. Let me just share my screen really quick. In that headspace, if we consoles, so right here, we got a lot of great stuff happening, a lot of great discussion. Actually, let's see. There's some new ones. Play to earn, engage to earn. Diego proposed this. Let's see. Not really, but what if we go back to giving away a Frankenpunk a day to the best tweet of the day? This activates our community presence online, a cheap investment, or maybe on Fridays do a special giveaway, Noti Gang, 2 Frankenpunks to the best tweet wearing Frankenpunk merch. You know, interesting. I mean, I like the idea of giveaways. I think we should also think along. I mean, it's not a bad idea. Like Frankenpunk a week is really not a lot, you know. If that helps people be more active, then why not? I mean, I'll smack her up. So this is where we're just doing rough ideas. By no means is this proposal section. I believe you have to be a DAO member to have access to it. By no means is this the entirety of governance. It's just the first step, right? So we're able to discuss ideas here, and the ideas we then take the ones that have a lot of engagement or are just desirable by the community, and we put them on a snapshot to see if people will actually vote for this, and then it finally goes to a governance vote, right? That's kind of like the 3-pronged process where we are following. That is a remix of what Uniswap does in their DAO. So yeah, there's new proposals that pop in here. We'll read this one in a second, but do pop in, write proposals if you have ideas, right? I've even written stuff for other people who had ideas on this in the past. Art Upgrader. People were talking about, should we get real estate, IP rights exploration, BOYC. I think the most important thing, right? Like, why are we holding CryptoPunks? Why are we in NFTs? You know, if we wanted to starting a business and creating revenue is very, very important, and this is something that we should discuss and explore. But it just we want to. I think it's just smart for us to follow this North Star of like, why are we holding these CryptoPunks like that? This is the founding vision of Frankenpunks, and how can we bring value to our holders through the exploration of that IP and utilizing um, those assets, right? I think thinking there is a lot of productive things will come because we're following in line in our lane as an NFT community DAO, right? We didn't open up a pizzeria. Maybe that happens down the line, but like we opened up a PFB community to be repping CryptoPunks and to ultimately give value to Frankenpunk holders. So I think we just starting with that North Star and making our all of our attention and energy, or just putting a lot of it there. I think a lot of productive things can happen because we already own arguably like a luxury blue chip pure art NFT that is doing incredibly well, right? These 4 CryptoPunks have been doing incredibly well throughout the bear market. There's no denying their performance and their resilience. So I think it would be extremely productive. It would be super productive for us to explore that. What's good, Evil? I just need to check because no one responded back. Okay, nice. So the stream works okay. It's working good. Was it lagging before? Yeah, it just froze before. Damn. Okay, so I'll have to troubleshoot that, figure out why the stream was bugging out. It's not good. GMs indeed. Yeah, so that's really important, right? That's essentially like our really big focus here in Punksville, and what the team is spending a lot of time and energy on is, we're going to be active participants in this. We are going to be driving a lot of proposals, and along with all of y'all who care a lot and are already participating, and just continuing to build value for the project, for the holders through this this mechanism. So it's going to be exciting. That's what's really important for us. We're putting a lot of time there. Of course, there is the Franken Monsters. The art is coming. I know a lot of people are like, when reveal? It's been airdropped. The airdrop was great. The reveal will come in 10 years. No. The reveal is coming. It's looking like we're a few weeks away, I'd say, several weeks away. Doc is just really refining it, making it epic, adding on the last garnishes, I'm saying, icing the cake, just taking care of all the nooks and crannies. So it's just absolutely perfect for you guys. So it's coming. Be patient with us. We've actively each week been putting out sneak peeks. We're going to continue doing that, and it's coming together. And we absolutely cannot wait for you to see the lovely, fully 3D, like basically metaverse ready art. So super stoked about that. And yeah, we got a lot of great shit coming, a lot of partnerships coming that I've been discussing last week in the Twitter space. I got a space tonight as well. If you guys are curious at all, or if you missed that, I could definitely go over it again. But that's one of those things that I'd rather you just see it happen live than me talking about it. I'd rather you just see the collaborations happening and just kind of being in awe of like, oh shit, damn, like you guys appeared here and you appeared here, than me just touting about where we're gonna appear. Right. I think it's just more impactful, and it's more of a pleasant experience and surprise for our holders, to give them more confidence that, damn, okay, yeah, the team is going in, they're active, they're working with other projects, they're popping in here, they're popping in there, they're bringing new people, newcomers, so it's all coming together brick by brick. It's all coming together. I think it's never been a better time to own a Frankenpunk or join the collection for whatever the floor is right now, for $20 to $25. The access to the DAO, and then the value that can be given back to you, right, through these punks it's not financial advice, but I think it's a steal for its price. Like, you get IP rights to these punks. We will then be using these punks through the DAO to maybe bring some whitelist opportunities or other ideas that we can explore, or put the punks in Tiffany art gallery shit. There's a lot of things that we need to explore as a community of how we can create value for Frankenpunks utilizing our are punks and their IP, are crypto punks. And it's just nuts for the assets that we own that are in the treasury, and soon enough it will be completely governed by the DAO members. I just think it's you go do the math. Someone put out a tweet where they looked at our treasury and they looked at all the stuff we got, and then they compared that, they divided it by like all the units of Frankenpunks and then by the floor, and they're like, something's not adding up. Like, why is this like floor so like oversold? He's like, look, they have assets that are backing it. Like, I don't want to get all in the nooks and crannies, okay, but I think you understand what I'm saying. I'm trying to say that we're being slept on, that it's never been a better time to become a collector or become a holder. And you already know that. I'm preaching to the choir, but that's for anybody who doesn't know us, right? For anybody who doesn't know, Martin's in the building, Big Saggy. What's good, Stella? Hello, Dan. Hello, everyone. I'm not at home, but I'm here listening. Let's go. Awesome. Thanks for tuning in, man. Senor GMs to all of you lovely people. Yeah, okay. We need to settle this. I think it's Devil World who was talking about this. He's like, hey, are you guys brothers? Are you guys related? I know I asked, but y'all seem like brothers. So Devil, there's been speculation that Yaz and I are siblings. I mean, what do you guys think? Do you think we're siblings? What's good, Stella? We got to clear out the rumors once and for all. What is the truth? Tell me the truth. 1 second. I got some juicy threads that I'm gonna run y'all through today. Got some juicy threads. This was nuts. That was absolute. I don't even know if I could show that. The Adam 22 thing was nuts. I'm his daddy. Actually, guys, Gaz is my uncle. He's my uncle. There you go. There you have it. It's settled. We're 100% related. Equals couple brothers, lovers forever. Well, that's pretty cute. What's good, Playboy G? I mean, there was a point where we weren't related and we weren't siblings, but we became related. That's the way I put it. Like, I don't share genes perfectly. Like, we didn't come from the same like immediate lineage, but I consider him my kin, I consider him my kin, and it's likewise the same. So you might as well call us brothers, because it's whether we came from the same nutsack or not, it doesn't matter. I consider him my kin. Guy seems like he's 77. It's actually 777. He does have the wisdom of a 77. He does have the elderly wisdom. Yo, what's good, Spellink? Here we go. Now I'm seeing some similar faces. It's too bad Devil wasn't here to actually soak up the answer. So he's probably going to ask it again. Wudon, yes, in the Wudon Mountain. Love that. Absolutely love that. Okay, let's get in the show. There's so much to be discussed, and I think it's a very, very, very interesting time in crypto. It's a very interesting time. So, okay, I can't show you guys that because I don't want the stream getting banned. Okay. Let's start off with the state of NFTs, right? So I just want to show you this. This is funny. Type in crypto, right? Type in crypto on Google. Is it still FTX? Yeah, still you're having the story. Like, what are we, 3 weeks out now? For how long has it been? It was the November 6th. So we're almost a month through this shit. Okay. Almost a month through all this FTX shit. Crypto is just like on fire. That's what like the mainstream perception is. Crypto's on fire. It's a rug. It's a scam. It's filled with crooks. Everyone in it's an idiot. People are being taken advantage of, and you're either a dumb idiot who's being taken advantage of, or you're a scamming piece of poop. That's essentially the normie hooligan. I wouldn't say hooligan, but that's essentially the outside of crypto boomer perspective. I mean, just to put it extremely simply, right? I've been at dinners. I've heard from people who are outside of it. I look online and I see what people say in CoffeeZilla videos, and I've got my foot on both inside as an enthusiast and as a ambassador of NFTs and crypto, but at the same time from someone who doesn't know anything, a lick of it, who just thinks it's an entire scam. So I think it's good to have that perspective, to know where we are in a cycle, right? To know where we are in a cycle, and we're obviously like everything is screaming we're at a bottom, right? When you're having liquidations and major players going under, it's saying it's the bottom, right? So when I look at crypto and I'm like, okay, for the fungible tokens, Bitcoin, ETH, top 100, blah blah blah, it's obvious that we've been in a bear market for a while, and when the bottom is never, no one's ever saying, oh look, it's a confident buy, right? Remember when the pandemic hit, everybody thought like the world was over and it's the Great Depression. And when people are genuinely in that mental state and everyone is running for the hills, panicking, blood on the streets, it's the bottom, right? That's generally this. Not and this is, please, this is financial entertainment. This is not advice. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm not a profitable trader. Let that be said. Okay, I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm not here to shill you anything. I'm just hoping I can put a smile on your face and we can talk about this bullshit. So like that's just my perspective, right? Like no one wants to touch crypto. It's just screaming to me that like we're probably at a point where really, really, really big players and smart money are accumulating. But the only caveat to that is traditional markets. Oh, that's not true. Traditional markets. This chart freaks me out. Okay. Let me show you something. This is the Dow Jones. Pandemic low, when these markets move 90%, 100%, right? You see 100% happen in a day in the bull market. 100% happen all the time in crypto because it's so small, because there's so much freaking risk. So you see these happen all the time, left and right. So when these markets move like that, we fucking go ballistic. We go 10, 20, 30 times that percentage, right? But think about it like this, right? When these markets, then we entered a bear market technically for the Dow. It only needs to move down 20% for it to be technically a bear market. 20% in trad is a devastating blow on smaller markets beneath it, right? Because think about it. If people are losing money on their homes, and they're losing money, and they're maybe being laid off, and their homes are less valuable, and their 401ks, and they're taking on more debt, they don't have time to speculate on fucking crypto. They don't have patience to go and do all the stuff we're doing. They will just sell because they need to pay their damn bills, and their home, for the first time in a while, their homes are now worth less, right? And it's dropping significantly. It's a very volatile time. Inflation, gas bills, energy costs booming. It's crazy time, right? So how like look at the Dow Jones. It's literally at the same level it was near its top bull run. That's fucking scary because like it's just retraced and it's back to these levels, and the economy still looks like really rough. Like, what are we going to do? Just go on a bull run here? Like, very unlikely. I don't think that's going to happen. So all I'm saying is crypto looks like it's hit the bottom and we're near the end of the bear cycle. However, that would only be true if we were seeing strength in the normal markets that have a ton more volume and money than our market does. So it begs the question, is the bottom in? Becker doesn't believe it is. If you guys follow Alex Becker, he thinks that crypto might have more room to go down. It might not. It really might not. But I just think it's important to consider the macro, because a lot of the move down has been caused from the war in Ukraine, the inflation that we're experiencing, right? And then the rate hikes. That's like the big factors. It's global geopolitical issues. Then we have the Federal Reserve, and then we also have high costs. That is the narrative that has caused 9 months of downturn. That's the narrative. right? Until we have peace, times get a little bit better, markets have strength, Fed is less aggressive, then we can start playing. Then we can start looking at like another bull run, right, in crypto land. But it's a little weird times. It's hard to be at ease. Even though we have fire sales everywhere. We have like I wanted to buy Illuvium at $1,000, and now it's like $40, and I'm scared. Does that make any sense? Does that make any sense to you? My dentist wanted to buy Bitcoin at 60 grand, and now it's 16K, and they don't want to touch it. What the heck is going on? Like, what is wrong with humans? like what? Like, shouldn't we be like? And it's FOMO and greed, right? It's FOMO and greed, and so now that all the FOMO and greed is gone, and now people have FOMO to the downside, like get out because it's going to go lower. We're just now in an opposite. Like everyone's just touting the same negative news. No one wants to be optimistic, hardly anybody, and it's all like more downside, more downside, more downside, which might actually come. I can see a valid argument for more downside, but we also need to like you gotta I think just be aware that like crypto's not dead. And this is what I'm trying to go with it. That's why I said NFTs are not dead. Crypto's not dead. Don't let all this negative shit and the geopolitical issues make you feel bearish and influence you, right? Don't forget why you came in this space. And maybe you're being exposed. Maybe you're being exposed that you just came here because you're a greedy bastard. And a lot of people, that's what happens. They come in this space because they're bored and they're greedy, right? And the bear run washes all of them out, destroys them. But the bear also rewards people who genuinely care. People who genuinely care and have good character and are able to actually stay and learn and bear that pain, right? Those who stay, the bear market rewards you later in the bull run. That's how it works. As weird as it is, you have to like the bear because this is where you get the best entries. This is where you learn the most. This is where you find the best players who actually give an F, right? This is where all the bad actors are cleansed. We're going through a freaking shedding. It's like a snake shedding. Okay. And it sucks. It emotionally feels horrible, but it's incredibly good at the same time. I'm not happy for wealth destruction. I'm not happy for people losing all of their money. But at the same time, we all have responsibilities as individuals, traders, investors of, I lost a lot. I've lost a lot of money. And at the end of the day, it's my fault. I can blame the market. I could wake up and be like, oh, if only this, if only that, it's all me at the end of the day. Like I chose to be here. I chose to buy. I chose to do this. I chose to do that. And now I have to live with that, right? It's my responsibility and I have to look at the lessons so I can prevent it. Being a victim and acting like it was outside of your hands just creates a cycle where you keep making these bullshit mistakes. You don't grow, right? So it's the bear market. There's a lot to be positive about, right? And I want to share that with y'all. There's a lot to be positive about. Hear me out, Alex Becker says, and he says NFT decoupled bull run. Okay. And I think this is something to be really excited about. And I think he's right on the money. It's insanely important to realize crypto is not dead. The Ponzi unsustainable market and terribly over leveraged businesses are dead. Understand that. The Ponzi unsustainable market and terribly over leveraged businesses are dead. But the price of coins is irrelevant to what this tech can do for humanity in the future. The price is down. The tech hasn't changed. Big, giant investors and famous people leaving the space are fucking morons, right? Big, giant investors and famous people leaving the space are morons. Sure, it's not a great time to be investing for get-rich-quick gains, but future $100 billion to $1 trillion companies will use crypto tech as their foundation. Pay more attention than ever. Pay more attention than ever. It's facts, bro. Becker is right on the money. This is like, I got to retweet this shit. Oh my God. That's just so well said. I love that how his conviction is just, it's perfectly said. Everything here, like this sums it up perfectly. Price is down. Tech hasn't changed, guys. People leaving are dumb. And that's what I mean. The people who've left, most likely, for the most part, maybe they're just connoisseurs. I don't mean this to be offensive to nobody, but if you came into space and you were like, oh yeah, Ethereum, oh yeah, this, and you're poof, gone. knock on wood, I hope everything's good with you. Obviously, there's 1,000 reasons why people would leave the space. I'm not trying to cast a blanket statement, but generally, right? I'm not speaking for everyone, but generally, you were greedy. You didn't give a damn about the space. You didn't give a damn about the people, nothing. The tech are relevant. You were greedy and you wanted money. And now you're gone. Now you're gone when it's the time where you can actually make the most money, like in a genuine way. Yeah, maybe not in a year, maybe not in 2 years. God knows, maybe it'll take 5-10 years, maybe more. But like that's how it works. Like that's how investing works. Like those who can delay gratification and be patient, right? Be patient, not try to predict the markets, but really be involved and look at the value that this has to offer and exploring that themselves, like we have, like founding this project and exploring that with you. We're going to fucking win. We're going to win. And just because, we're doing all the right things, we're here at the end of the day. Like it's not about buying right now. It's not even about that. It's just about staying and learning. That's it. But people don't want to do that. And then they're going to come back next cycle when Bitcoin cracks 100 grand. And then they're going to buy that. And then Bitcoin might go back to 30K or 20K or God knows what. And it's just the same damn thing over and over and over. Hot potato. The dumb money comes in too late. Jim Cramer puts his bullshit prediction on Ethereum. He says Doge is going to go to $2 million. People buy the top. They whine and cry about it. Scammers get all the follows. Like, fuck's sake. We need to clean up this space, man. Like we gotta be aware, and and it's not I'm not trying to point at anyone's fault. It's just like we just gotta do our best to educate, and over time, that's just what the growing pains. Like the bad actors will go. Unfortunately, people will be hurt, but they will recover and they'll become stronger and become wiser, and the space elevates. It's the same thing in the 90s, guys. Please, I need to show you this. To the moon. Yeah, I know you guys resonate with this. Look at this. Internet in 1990s. This is going to give you goosebumps, okay? What the internet looked like in the 1990s. Has anyone seen this? Has anyone seen this before?
Tonight, the information superhighway.
Can you hear this? I actually don't know if you can. I think you can hear it. Let me just fix it. This is going to blow your mind. Watch this.
And one of its main thoroughfares. Tonight, the information superhighway and one of its main thoroughfares, an online network called Internet.
Remember those early days of the internet when we called it the information superhighway? Back then, the internet was part of a new but growing trend.
What do President Clinton, conservative radio personality Rush Limbaugh, and rock star Billy Idol have in common? They've all got electronic mail addresses on computer systems linked to the internet.
Damn.
A global hookup that permits
when people first were getting emails.
Computers to exchange information. In 1981, only 213 computers were hooked to the internet. As the new year begins, an estimated 2.5 million computers will be on the network, serving as many as 20 million people. Almost 2001, and the technologies that bring us telephones, TV, and computers are merging.
5 years from now, we're not going to have distinct cable and telephone industries. There's going to be one industry, and there'll be companies carrying bits, little pieces of information from point A to point B.
Give me the university research net.
Okay, this isn't the video, but I mean, you're seeing some of it, right? I wanted to show you the freaking like when they were trying to explain the internet. It just sounds so similar to how people explain blockchain today. Early 1990 internet commercial. 1 second. I want to find the
internet is that massive computer network, the one that's
the predictions for this.
No, it's not this. I'll try and find it, but like it's the same growth cycle and the same mockery people made of. Let me see if I can find it. The same mockery they made back in the days. We're going through the same thing. Like it's so young. The use cases are not fully built out yet. We didn't have YouTube in the 90s. We didn't have Google. Like we just didn't have any of that. So it was hard. It was hard to silence criticism. it was hard to silence criticism because it's hard for someone to just open their mind, let down their guard, and try to envision something when they don't have obsolete proof in front of them, right? Some people can make fun of the internet now, but like, who's laughing, right? Look at how it's changed our lives. You can laugh about it, but I can now find information super quick. I can build a career online. I can make money online. I can get insane, valuable, like funny entertainment, all boom, 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 insanely quick, like that, right? I can find incredible people online like that. Um, unreal utility. It doesn't mean it doesn't have cons, right? When we live in this internet age, people become very devoid, isolated, and lack in community, and that's a huge problem. Actually, that's actually massive. It might even lead to population decline, which is an even bigger issue, which could lead to like really bad times, right? People don't realize how important it is for us to be populating. Unlike people saying, "Oh, we're overpopulated." We have poorly managed cities. We have trash fucking systems. Okay, we're not overpopulated. Fuck out of here with that nonsense. That's just my opinion, though. And I always love discussing that stuff. But yeah, we're in a very similar adoption cycle, and it's rhymes really well with that early 90s period of the internet. I don't think it's going to take 30 years for blockchain to actualize. I think by the next 5 to 10 years, we'll have like those wow factors that really help people understand its utility and really good use cases, right? And insane businesses building on blockchain and crypto. So it just takes time, and you just got to be patient. Like imagine if you could have invested in Google super early. Imagine if you could have got Facebook super early. Imagine if you could have got, but that's only if you stuck through and you just kept doing the due diligence of staying and researching and talking with people and learning. You could have made your life would have changed like 100%. It would have absolutely changed. So I strongly believe it's the same shit. I don't know. Is it going to be Yuga Labs? Is it going to be the metaverse? Is our Bored Apes going to be worth 6,000 ETH in 10 years? I don't know. I don't have the answers. All I'm saying is you gotta stick it through and don't fall for all this insane FUD and the narratives that are going on. And it's just centralized players are being exposed. Greedy MFers are being exposed, and they're falling and leaving the space, and they're hurting people, unfortunately. But goodbye and good riddance. Get the F out. Like that's all that's happening. DeFi still works. NFT innovation is through the damn roof. Polygon partnering with Instagram for NFTs. There's a lot of amazing development happening. Even with ourselves, our project's in what I believe a great spot, and we're going to be experiencing a lot of growth soon. So I think there's in here. Let's go back to the Twitter thread. Okay, let's go back to here. The NFT Mega Bear has been a litmus test to what communities are here to stay. Azuki has been hit from every angle, but they stayed tight as hell, keep pumping out innovation. Had to join. I started accumulating my blue chip collection. I'm an anime dweeb. That's so lit. So, and he actually is. He has a tattoo of light, or sorry, L. Yeah, he put it really well. Like, dude, look at our CryptoPunks holding insanely well. Becker picked up a Bored Ape, I believe. He said right here, he's like, look at the pick, blah, blah, blah. He's got a video coming, which is good on NFTs. I don't think NFTs and crypto are the same asset class. It's a luxury collectible. So we saw that bounce at 49 ETH, and it bounced up pretty damn hard, up to 60, and it's been holding it really well. What's the market cap? 700. Wait, what? Am I reading this right? 700 and okay, no, it's just under $1 billion. Okay, I'm like, it can't be 700 billion. Okay, so he says NFTs have more in common with limited edition cars, arts, watches, and private luxury communities. People treat these investments and purchases way different than they do a stock. The collectible and the community have value in itself to them. And he says community. Thus, I think we could see NFTs with good community having strong brands continue to gain value here in relation to any asset class. With the bear being this bad, it makes the good projects very easy to recognize and buy. We'll be covering this in the video. Yes, Neo Tokyo is one of them. Shout out Neo Tokyo. I'm a season 2 citizen. I'll be covering blah blah blah. He's got more content on it. Follow Becker. He's always been a fountain of knowledge, in my opinion. But he's right, man. He's really, really right. We saw the exact. What happened here with Bored Apes was a very similar experience to Punks back in June. Punks had a dip down to 40 ETH, I think, and haven't gone anywhere near it for months. Even though liquidations, this is that, you cannot even come. He's right on the money. He's right on the freaking money. It's a completely different asset class than fungible tokens that have a similar speculative nature to that of stocks or commodities. He's 100% on the money here. 100%. I mean, I wish I freaking had 60 ETH to just dump on an ape, and he's a businessman. He's a successful businessman, so he's got that kind of money. We all got to get that kind of money. Let's be real. Call me crazy. I think Solana has a bright future. Let me bring up anyone here big on Solana? Any Solana holders or Solana NFT holders here? Just curious. What do you guys think of Sol? I first got into Solana last year when it hit its top, of course. But I wasn't buying Sol. I was looking at NFTs on Solana. I remember minting a couple projects, but nothing too crazy. I ended up selling them a while ago before the bear market hit because I wanted to buy stuff on Ethereum. But I think there's still a lot of potential with Solana. I think Solana is going through the same cycle Ethereum did when it first started. Let's pull up the Ethereum. I want to pull up let's take a look at the chart. Obviously, price speculation. And here's the thing. Price does not really say much about tech, right? Because price can be propped up with leverage, and price doesn't tell you much outside of like the shit's going up and like FOMO and whatever the fuck. Like, we really need to learn how to detach from price because it's such a devil. It's such a little devil. Ethereum. What's the oldest one? I don't want the futures. I think Binance probably going to be a good one. Okay. So, okay. Man, Ethereum's first bear was brutal when I look at the percentage drop. So look at Ethereum's first run. I mean, technically, I think it was even earlier. Was it actually this? Oh, yeah. Okay. Now we got to go. Okay, this is interesting. I didn't fall that hard, though. It didn't fall as hard. From $300 to 187 is just like 50% or whatever. Let's just look at its first run, right? Ethereum's first run. Oh my God. What a scary chart, eh? Look at this. It's just like straight line down. Okay, so that's where it finally hit the bottom. ETH in 2017, in the beginning of 2018, began its first bear. It went down 94%, 95%. Ethereum, okay? And we didn't have all the amazing apps that we have now, right? The developer, the community. We dropped 94% on ETH. If we look at Solana, let's see, from where it was at the tippy top, damn near almost the exact same, maybe a little bit more from right now. It's right up to those same levels. But if we go from $11, 95%. Okay. And from what I hear, I've done some research on Sol. I'm not a freaking bot. I'm not just going to look at a price and say it's trash. Okay. You have to actually research it. The development, there's still developments going on there. Yes, there was the FTX stuff, and yes, like that's been an impact, and we've actively saw that like literally play out where Sol dropped all of a sudden like another freaking 60%, which is crazy. But there's amazing projects building shit there. The outages are improving. I know people are flaming them of being centralized, but that's all being improved. And they got a massive community, right? And a lot of good development power. So I don't think it's the end for Sol. I personally, that's my opinion. And this is NFA. I don't think it's the end for Sol. I think if you were excited about Solana up here, why would you not be excited here now that we have even more cool things being built and developed? Right. And we had bad players just basically get kicked out. So you're at a really, really like unbiased, or not unbiased, but far more, what's the word for it? When it's like the value is accurate. You know what I mean? definitely like far better of an entry if you wanted to touch this than this area here, because everyone was FOMOing here. Do you remember how hard the FOMO was? I remember the FOMO was crazy, absolutely ballistic. Leave likes and turn notes on when Frankens. Yeah, you already know, bro. Leave on those noties. Oh, right. Shit. Totally forgot. What time was that? Was that? Damn it. I totally interested. Starting in 18 minutes. Okay. Okay. Good heads up. Oh, thanks for the reminder. Thanks for the reminder. Yes. We have an AMA in another Discord coming up. There. Smash those likes. Smash those likes. I just need to figure this out. Let me message my man. I'm gonna get that figured out. We're gonna keep teasing the art spelling. We're gonna keep updating you guys. It's still gonna take a bit of time. We're just refining everything, mastering the art. We're looking probably a few weeks out. Yeah, so it's coming. It's coming. It's gonna be really great. We just want it to be of like the utmost quality and making sure it's perfected when it gets in your hands, you know. So you already know. Yes, I'm in there now. Cool. Okay, perfect. Okay. But once again, I'll ask again, what do you guys think of Solana? Anyone here views the chain at all? Do you own any Sol? How do you feel about it? If you looked at any projects, do you own NFTs on Solana? Talk to me, okay? I'll actually play some music too, because we're kind of chilling right now. Talk to me, man. Talk to me. Talk to me, doctor. Talk to me, doctor. Helicopter. I'm a helicopter. Oh, should we play? We should play No Doubt. No, I never got into it. Yo, Master Hex. Thank you. The artist? What are we talking about? I need to figure this out. For my opposition, bitch is giving Armageddon. Dope. Dr. East football. Team stage, talk about the partnership. What's coming up? Okay. So it's going to be right here. Technically, the event thing.
No doubt, we about to break the game. No doubt, no doubt. Pranking punks, they going crazy. No doubt, no doubt. We the ones that climb in ranks. No doubt, no doubt. All I needed was the game. No doubt. Going crazy with it. 3D going crazy. Yeah. 3D punks going crazy with it. Like he Goku.
I think we're good. Who's the artist for the Monsters? Oh, his name is Roscoe. Someone we worked with personally. They've done some other pieces. I think we actually met them in Miami. Very talented group of people, and they're really good. I'll get the links for you. I'll look for the links. 1 second. Stop this. I want to hear what you guys are saying. Straight off the top, I just keep it flowing. I'm the crypto David Goggins, but when you talking NFTs, I can't aim it at your noggin. Trust me, you don't want to bleed. I've been saying, watch your pockets because the government deceives. FDR, money printing, ain't no telling when they'll seize. Wait, what happened to that link? Copy this. Boom. I'll send it to okay. All right, dope. That's good. Solana had too much wrapped up in the FTX. He still owns a ton of their shit, business collabs, and a ton of stuff. So I'm weary on Solana for now. That's fair. I do know that's 100% true. I remember SBF was buying up Sol at like $1 to $3, like a lot of Sol. So you're 100% right. You're 100% right. There's a lot of sell pressure. I totally get that, especially if the macro, like how I described earlier, like if prices of homes continue going down, we have a spike in unemployment. We really see a recession like go kind of crazy here, or just a horrible time in equities, right? The S&P goes down, tech stocks nosedive, all this other shenanigans. This just opens the door for new lows in crypto. I think that's 100% in the cards. And so you take that in combination with perhaps more sell pressure on Sol. Who knows? Who knows it can go? I do think we need that bad actor washed out. Sol has a lot of potential. It really does. I love the branding of Solana. I like how quick and efficient it is. I know Becker is still bullish on Sol when he says stuff like call me crazy. I think Sol has a bright future. I do think like if you love Solana and have had a great time, I don't think it's just keep your eyes on it. I'm not saying buy or anything. I think it's just worth keeping an eye on. I'm watching it like a hawk. I do believe in Sol. I think 10 years from now, I think Solana will probably be the home of a lot of incredible games. I do think games will thrive. Matic as well. I think Matic is really the star player of this bear market. I don't know about what you guys think, but Matic has just been crushing it. Like great price performance, but not only that, like the amount of business partnerships and business development has just been nuts. I don't think anyone can rival Matic. Like Matic's been crushing it. Absolutely crushing it. I like Sol. I almost bought it before FTX. Yeah, I remember I bought Sol at like $33 or something. And then I remember selling it. I don't remember why. I think I just wanted to buy some other shit. But I took it out, and then now it's at like whatever, $14. So it wasn't actually the worst sell. Matic is a monster. ETH needed Matic. Yeah, like if you're bullish Ethereum, you have to be bullish Matic. Polygon, it's just such a good addition, right? It's really, really an incredible addition. Like what they're doing with Instagram, the speed of Matic, the low fees, of course. I'm not a big fan of all this bridging shit. I think it's horrible and clunky, and it's not user friendly, and it's a pain waiting 4 hours for my ETH to go to Matic and all this nonsense. It is what it is. I get it, but I think still it's a net positive. And I'm excited to continue to see the development on Polygon. I think they're definitely a darling, a major darling of the bear market. Okay, great question from Tortoise. Give us some DAO education, Dan. Why DAO? Why DAO projects are successful and desirable, and why? When we pull it off, what are the potential? What is the potential to the common holders? Okay, this is a fantastic question. I love this question. Actually, I've been spending a lot of time on this exactly, so I'm very thankful you asked that. All right, so what are DAOs? If you think about organizations and life and your relationship between people, whether you're working in a company or you're with your friends or you're in a institution or whatever, we operate as humans between contracts between us, right? There's contracts between us all, right? In a whether you're in a traditional realm or in a subtle way, like when two parties agree to do something, there's a subcommunicative contract between us, right? Like if you and I want to go to the gym together or whatever the hell, we have agreed upon this contract of doing that. And it's not like don't be confused of a paper. They might come in the form of that, whether you're conducting business or corporation, this is that. It's just contracts, right? And with blockchain tech and with these smart contracts that are just like programmable apps that we can make on this immutable internet, I guess you could say, kind of like an immutable internet, decentralized internet. It's perfect. It's like the perfect thing for organizations and contracts between humans, right? It's perfect for that. It does it so damn well, and it does it in a very how I would say open, fair, modern way, in a very modern way. And I'll get into more of the nooks and crannies, but one thing I'd like to cross on as well is we're basically just now replacing. So like all those contracts, we're just replacing that now with code. It is now just code that is facilitating these contracts between us. Whether it's in a more corporate realm of, you know, you have humans who are the one facilitating all of it, right? You have like a board member or board members, and they're deciding on what they want done in like the toilet manufacturing company, and then they pass on their shit. They put it in whatever, they put it in a contract, they pass it on to the CEO. The CEO has to go and do all these things, right? We're now able to replace some of the middlemen and the humans, as well as the literal contracts that people sign and agree on or whatever the hell, formally or informally, right? On paper or via word. We're able to replace all of that now with smart contracts that do it automatically, and they're robots. So it's all done robotically now. It can be done robotically in a trustless way, in a way that there is no human in the middle facilitating anything, in a trustless way where you can see like, okay, so this is the code and this is the contract and this is what it does. And it's open for everybody to come in and see exactly what it does, right? And to scrutinize it in a completely transparent manner. And then now we get to essentially design it, right? You can actively design it, and the DAO can, like, people can actively change it as well. That's the cool thing about the DAO. So you can constantly be changing those aspects. So that's kind of how I would describe like what is a DAO or what is an organization, right? What does it mean to have a decentralized, autonomous organization? It's just to basically take the elements of how humans work together, or communities or organizations, taking those elements and those contracts that people share and blockchaining it, essentially. Blockchaining it so that it's decentralized, it's open to the world. Anyone can become a participant if they desire to. It's immutable. There's way better levels of transparency. It's a far more fair playing ground, right? If you wanted to go become a board member at an organization, at a company, a corporation, it's a completely different game to have that seat where you get to govern, right? And this is where it gets more interesting. There's different kinds of DAOs, guys. There's so many different kinds of DAOs. You have employment DAOs, you have charitable ones, you have investment DAOs, then you have community DAOs, which is more our realm. Completely different values, completely different sets of contracts, completely different goals. So it depends. It really depends. But if we're just saying like the tech in and of itself, DAO in and of itself, we're not talking about industries. That's essentially all it is, right? That's essentially all it is. And we have NFTs or a token to give us say on those contracts, right? Or to allow us to utilize those contracts, right? So the contract can have like only certain member that holds X amount of this, and this could be a token or it could be an NFT, which then gives you authority to impact the contract or to utilize the contract, to utilize the smart contract of like, when this vote happens or when certain amount of votes happens, this happens. So that's it at its simplest level, right? That's it at its simplest level. I don't think it's going to like 100% replace how like traditional organizations are ran. Not at all. It's just going to run hybrid with it, and it's going to give people a lot of utility in terms of how they can run their organizations and other ways to give value back to people, right? The people that care. No worries. It's all good. I know I get auto corrected all the time. So that's just like my most simple explanation of it. I'll get to the other question. I just need to check something. Okay. Hello. I'm in chat. Dr. Eathville. I've seen that. Okay. Perfect. Everything's going great. Nice. Let me see here. It opened up NFTs utility. Preach, Dan. Yeah, and feel free to chime in if you think I'm like not describing it well, but that's the most simple explanation, right? So now I just want to give you examples to help you understand. So why DAO? What projects are successful and desirable, and why? So the reason why I would say why DAO is it is the next succession in the Web3 ethos. Why Web3? Okay, and this is what I'm going to say. Okay, this is the perfect answer to it. Crypto is not the price of coins. Get this through your skull. Crypto is trustless financial management, true identity ownership verification, the ability to decentralize everything. And DAOs are the perfect like succession of all of that. It's the perfect next use case that is congruent with all of that. DAOs are not necessarily about prices or greed or investments. But what it is it's like people coming together in a decentralized way that follows that entire ethos, and like bada bing, bada boom, people govern. It's not about some fucking dude who had like daddy Warbucks who could help him get into this organization. And, you can't become a board member because your bags are not big enough. You didn't go to a special school. Blah, blah, blah. Maybe there's some DAOs that operate like that. Fuck them. But the beauty is that now you don't need to go through this weird freaking dance of playing behind the 8 ball and crossing your damn fingers. You can get into these organizations, these communities. Now it's as simple as like, do you care? Do you own the NFT? Right? Or maybe not even an NFT. Like sometimes it just takes a couple DMs. Sometimes it just click a freaking Discord link and you can be in this organization and see it and see what the hell's going on. You can't do that in the traditional realm. It's a very rare thing. It really is. Where like to have an impact on governance and calling the shots of an organization as a board member, it's been super freaking hard in the traditional realm to depending on the organization. I'm not saying for all, but it's generally a completely different game than what it is here in the crypto realm. So the idea is we should be lowering those barriers of friction. We should be lowering the prejudice, and we should be opening it and decentralize it to the people who care, to metrics that are healthier and will bring a better future. Because people shouldn't just be left with, you for factors that you can't control, you didn't come from the right family, you didn't have enough money, you didn't have blah blah blah, you can't gain governance. Fuck you. Like that's not fair, man. It's just not. There's people with brilliant ideas, super talented, super skilled, that just will put in tons of hours. Shouldn't they be considered? Shouldn't they at least be considered to given a shot at running the reins? So I think DAO's flipping the model, the traditional model of let the people take the reins. Let the people decide on what the hell they want, and let those who contribute the most and have utmost integrity and have great ideas and are skilled and competent, let them lead. Right? Let them lead. It's a completely different style than a traditional organization. So now, once again, it depends on the ethos of the DAO. But if you're in crypto and you care about crypto, in my opinion, it should be ran as OG to those crypto ethics, right? It should be ran like that, like how Nouns DAO has done it. Law of commonality. The more we all learn about governance, the smarter we all get. As is above, as is below. Hex is the esoteric legend. I mean, straight gold that comes every time I see Master Hex in the chat. I'm like, oh, I know you're gonna drop some wisdom for us. So, like, perfectly said. And think about it. It unlocks the potential for growth and value, because if you can create a mechanism that allows 10,000 people, 5,000 people, maybe less, 1,000, 500, 150 to actively impact, and there's a toolkit that allows them to impact and allows them to be incentived to have the incentives to want to contribute, you are unlocking so much fucking potential and so much growth, because like there's only so much 6 people can do. There's only so much. Not that, you know, you can't move a world or you can't do a lot. No, I think even one person can do an incredible amount of good and impact in the world and for themselves. But when you are then creating an infrastructure that can house more people, and it actually is a upward momentum of the more people that contribute and, you know, pitching and helping whatever way that is, right? It's just an upward momentum. Like, and it's not a zero-sum game. It's not a zero-sum game where, oh, like, where there's winners and losers, right? Where there's winners and losers of, like, you bought the top or did you buy the bottom, right? Did you buy the top? Did you buy the bottom? It's not about that anymore. It's literally about, like, contribution, working together, and everyone gaining value together, and about creation, right? And innovation. Like, it's a completely different realm. That's why, like, I completely agree with Alex Becker of, like, you can't compare the two. You can't compare that shit. Like, you can't compare us to cryptos, because it is so fundamentally different. And a DAO is a completely new technology, right? The first DAO was made. Here's a history lesson. The DAO, Genesis DAO, in 2000, was it 2016? Let me get the date right. I don't want to freaking get an L stream. 2016, bingo. So the DAO, they raised whopping 150 mil, I believe. The DAO story, they raised, how much did they raise? They raised a lot. They raised a lot of money. So it was the first DAO ever. They would issue, what were they issuing? A token? They raised a crap ton of money, 150 million US dollars worth of Ethereum at the time. But there was a hack, right? And this is an important notice. Don't be deceived by buzzwords. Once again, and like, just because someone has DAO doesn't mean that they actually represent it. And we noticed this in 2021 of how many goddamn projects are saying metaverse, DAO this, DAO that. We're making a DAO, but they're not. It's not a real DAO. There isn't good governance to allow holders to actually have the proper toolkit. The assets are not decentralized, so the assets are still in the bearer of one or two individuals. It's not actually put where, like, the put under the custody of the smart contract, where all the holders are in command of it, right? In a Gnosis wallet, right? But we're like, literally, like, there is no centralized person who is running it. It's literally in a fucking smart contract wallet, decentralized away and available to the token holders. A lot of them are not running true to a DAO. And look, we're roast us as well. Like, we realize that, like, when we started the project and minted out, we realized that, damn, we need to decentralize these assets. This is the vision. We need to freaking run this DAO. This is what we're going to do. We need to do this. Now, we realize it's not something you can do like that. you got to find the right engineers, and you got to do it properly, and you can't fuck this up. Like, this is something you cannot afford to fuck up, and that's why we've brought on some like really top level talent. It has not been cheap, but it's worth it. It's going to be freaking sick. The back end from from a coding perspective is just looking magnificent. We just got the, what do they call it? The auditors. So we partnered with Sherlock. We used their services, and they basically, they run through with a bunch of coders, and they try to break your contract. They try to find all the loopholes, all the crappy parts of it, and they come back with a report so that we can, so you actually get it tested. So you actually make sure that it runs correctly. We don't want to have a situation like the DAO where a hacker comes and takes $60 million out, right? There was a major hack. That's why Ethereum was made. The DAO, the first DAO ever in 2016, they were hacked for a whopping 60 M's. And it was insane. It was ridiculous. But a way that they countered that was they just forked Ethereum. So Ethereum was born after that. And the original Ethereum is called Ethereum Classic. And that way they were able to devalue the ETH that the hacker stole, right? Which is pretty friggin' smart. But that's the story around how ETH, the number 2 crypto, right? That's the story of how it was actually born, which is really fascinating, I find. Very fascinating. But okay, what DAO projects are successful? Nouns DAO. So, all right, my point with that was you need to make sure the code is tight. And just because people put DAO in their freaking bio or on their website doesn't mean shit. You need to do your due diligence and make sure that they're moving legitimately. Not everybody are honorable and have integrity and want to do good. There are bad people out there, and you got to be weary. Don't fall for handsome, charismatic men like myself. Like, hold us accountable too. Like, make sure that we're like, I don't cap, we don't cap. We've always kept it authentic and congruent and honorable with the utmost integrity. But like it's not everybody's like that, and I realize that, and I want to make sure I'm helping you guys also become wiser, sharper, because it can be pretty freaking insane out there, so yes, there's good DAOs and there's bad DAOs. There's good code and there's bad code. There are good leaders and good community and bad leaders and bad communities. So just because it's a DAO don't mean shit. You can have a bad app on the internet, but it doesn't mean that the internet doesn't work, right? It doesn't mean that the internet is trash. It means that the app is trash. So you're going to have bad DAOs, but it doesn't mean Ethereum is garbage, right? It just means that the code was wrong. And it is what it is. I'm watching you, Dan69, if that's your real name. It is. It's my legal name. Nothing is more expensive than building poorly designed systems. It's worth every penny. First, people get bloody and beat up, but if you can keep going, it will change the world. It's true, man. I'm pumped for the future of NFTs. You should be. I think there's a ton of good coming. Okay, cool. That's nice. Crypto is not price of coin. Crypto is not crypto is not the price of coin. Crypto is not the price of coin. Crypto is not the price of coin. 100,000. Oh, I love that. And it's not to cast shame. Like, guys, I get greedy sometimes too, and I'm influenced by price. Like, I'm not a saint. I'm just trying to nail it through your heads as much as I'm trying to nail it through my own, of like, just remember the ethos. And in the bear market, as depressing as prices are, what will actually help you and bring the good prices is understanding the tech. That's why I bring up the examples of Google, YouTube, Facebook, Uber, Airbnb, Snapchat, all the other freaking incredible companies and applications. They came 10 years later after it was in its early phase. And it started with, did you know that this guy has an email? And we kind of went through that of like, oh, did you know this celebrity has a Bored Ape? And this guy has a ledger. You guys see the Drake tweet of Drake owning a ledger? It's taking time, but it's the same shit. It's the same shit. And I don't see any other sector outside of AI and maybe green energy that is going to be of exponential growth over the next 10 to 20 years. I think crypto, and especially metaverse, DAO, NFTs are the next humongous emerging market. It is the next massive emerging market, sleeping giant. I'm a firm believer of it. And just from the level of like, we still don't even know what the utilities will be. It's that fucking early. Like, I don't know. I hope I can explore that here with you. But like, I don't know. Like, we don't know what the YouTube and the Googles of this space are going to be and look like in even a year or two. Who fucking knows? There might be a whole new project that just takes over the space. Like, believe it or not, people clowned Google. You know, Yahoo was the number one search engine for a while. And then 2005, 2006, 2007, 2008. Guess what? Didn't Google buy Yahoo recently? Google buys Yahoo. Did that actually happen? Google acquires. Let me see here. Yahoo decided to walk away for when Google asked for $5 billion. Microsoft tried to buy Yahoo for $40 billion. Yahoo refused. Oh my gosh. Yahoo tried to buy Google for $3 billion. This week, Yahoo sold for $5 billion to Verizon. Wow. That's sad. That sucks. I mean, that's a lot of money. Don't get me wrong, but they could have sold it for way more, right? But they refused. And then they got swooped under by just better tech. Simple as that. Better UX. Google's user experience is just immaculate. It's the best in the game. Greed is good. That's how we all got here. Money drives us all, but how we get the money is what makes us different from the assholes that rip you off. Wag me. That's really well said. Maybe I've been battering greed too much. It is a human emotion, and you're 100% right. You're so right. Like, none of us would actually be here if it weren't for it. Who was talking about this yesterday? This guy was talking about like the aftermarket for NFTs and like how, yes, there's so much price speculation, and people, whatever, will lose money, and it is what it is. But it's brought in so many people. Like the power of the aftermarket is really like the attention that it can afford and the volume of humans that gain interest. Yeah, like you're actually 100% right. So greed is good. It's just about how we utilize the greed. Like I'm greedy. Yeah, I guess I am greedy, but we need to not let your greed impact your integrity. Not let your greed to make you do decisions you'll regret. Not make your greed make you gamble. Utilize the greed to push you to work hard, work smart, be faster, be adamant, be disciplined, be aggressive. With yourself of like, I ain't got time for this shit. I ain't got time to sit around all day long and do this, do that. Like, just getting more serious about what it is that you want. I think, yeah, you're right. Greed to help or greed to be better. I guess it's just like, I'm so used to greed being like one of the 7 sins, but I understand what you're saying. Yeah. Truth. 100% right. So informative. Oh, I'm happy you're getting value out of it, man. I'm happy. I just want to make sure I answer this question back to. So we talked about what a DAO is, right? And they're just contracts, right? It's a DAO, decentralized autonomous organization. So how are we taking organizations that can be a chicken factory? It could be Nike. It could be an institution. It could be 4 people in a dorm who want to make a company or whatever the frick. It cannot even be it can be very informal. Like, it could be like us going to Chuck E. Cheese. I don't know. How do we take that and just make it better, right? Just make it better, make it more transparent, make it far more fair, welcoming, equal opportunity for people. So it's not like extra privileges and shit. It's just a fair playing ground. How do we do that in a way that it just opens it up to the whole freaking world? So we can all collaboratively work together anywhere, literally anywhere, anytime. That's kind of the idea of a DAO. And there's different types of DAOs. We're a community. We're a community NFT. Our goal is to use the DAO to grow value for the Frankenpunks. So using the DAO as a platform to now have more people come in and contribute the North Star of using our CryptoPunks and our assets to increase the value of Frankenpunks. I think that's pretty much, to put it simply, to add more opportunities, to add more cool experiences, to give more education, to give more value to Frankenpunk holders. Simple, right? That's our goal. Other DAOs have other goals. Other DAOs maybe, and in our DAO, we can have other shit. We can do charity. We can do other projects. It doesn't need to be absolute. Like, it's not black and white, but our North Star and the vision is essentially that, right? And it wouldn't make sense for us to just make a pizza store and it just being a pizza store, and it not having some sort of maybe tie. Like, it's gotta be relevant to some level to the North Star and the vision. So that's my caveat on that. You have different DAOs, real estate ones. It doesn't make sense to go into a real estate DAO and start saying like we should make a game. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, like, like, is it a real estate game? Like, or are you saying we should go buy real estate in games? Like, you have to bear that in mind. You can't just think like, oh, DAOs are all about doing whatever the fuck I want. Like, if you can convince the holders they have the reins. They have the reins. So it's not that you need to go convince the CEO anymore or the board. Like, you have to go to the quote unquote board members, the NFT holders. You go to them. If you can convince them and it makes sense, who's to say no? let the people rule, right? And the more that we can facilitate like free speech, open speech, people having constructive criticism, obviously nothing hateful and derogatory, the better we'll actually get at figuring out what are the best ideas. So we can have a balance between say whatever the fuck you want to say. If you have any ideas, throw it on the board, but we also have the balance of the scrutiny to be like, this doesn't follow in line of the vision. This doesn't, this doesn't do that. This could be better. Maybe like, it's just this hive mind of just potential, and the value to the holders is the collective effort, right? The collective effort, all on the same vision, dude. Like, that's how you build like skyscrapers. Like, that's how you build these mega cities. That's how you build the most epic shit. Everybody collectively together, giving all their energy and all their creativity and all of their not all their time, but putting their creativity, their energy, whatever time that they would like to offer, and putting that to one vision. It's just how you make wonders. Like, it's incredible. So our goal is to make a well-oiled machine where we can facilitate that and have a platform for people to do exactly that, right? And now it's not going to be a walk in the park by any means, but we've already seen other successful DAOs like Nouns DAO. Let me show you guys, for anyone who doesn't know. They are probably the number one DAO in the space. Like, I just cut out. Okay, internet's back. Just want to show you this. What are you saying? I'm from the future. I'm here to save the world. I need your help to push the DAO to change the world for good. Legend. Aye. You got my word. That we can do. That we definitely can do. And I'm so stoked to have people like yourself. Like, I'm just really excited for y'all to have like your sick ideas come to fruition. Like, there's been so many cool ideas that the community has presented. Like, let's have an art upgrader. Let's upgrade Frankenpunk art for people who want to upgrade it. Let's make a cool development behind it. Let's gatekeep it behind people who stake for a month. So if you buy your Frankenpunk, you stake it, you gain access to the DAO. You can go vote. You can delegate your votes to trusted members that you believe in. And if you wait for a month, you can now upgrade your art for free. What if we made it like that? Like, or that's just an idea, right? We can start fucking getting these ideas out and start working together to figure out all the details. And it's It's great. It's just fucking great. Like a DAO is great when it's run correctly and it has the right code and you put an amazing community behind it like ours. How could there not be good things that come from it? Like, and that's just one idea. Like, I'm sure all of you have incredible ideas that like we'd love to hear, you know? The future is so exciting, guys. It's going to be a long journey. We are in this together. So always remember 3D Frankenpunks is home and remain tight. Oh, much love, yo. Much fucking love. Much love. Absolute legend. I just wanted to show Now's DAO really quick to give y'all a quick taste. Just a quick taste. Okay, so about nouns center. Let's learn about the nouns. Okay, so the knowledge center, resource hub for Nouns DAO. Learn about the project, the community, and the ways to get involved and funded. Learn about nouns. So what are nouns? Nouns is generative NFT on ETH, 32 by 32. Pixel characters based on people, places, and things. That's what nouns are. One noun is generated every day. Here are some examples of nouns. The horse noun, right? So their art's dope. Fucking cool AF. Following in line with the OG pixel art like CryptoPunks. Super, super freaking sick. So okay, so once every 24 hours, an auction's created forever. One interface for participating in noun auctions is nouns.wtf, which is a website built and maintained by the project founders, the Nounders. In the auction above, Noun 8 is up for sale. The current bid is 88 Ethereum. And there's 2 hours and 21 minutes remaining on the auction. If the auction ends with no further bids, the 88 Ethereum will automatically be trustlessly sent for the 88 ETH from, so the last bid. So the last bid will be automatically and trustlessly sent to the Nouns DAO treasury. And Zai.eth, this guy right here, will own this noun. Will be transferred to his address. So all of the Ethereum is sent to the treasury. Take that in. All of it. There's 0% fees on nouns, by the way. You can see all the ERC 721 tokens. You can be found here. They're NFTs. So that's the idea, right? That it's super fucking unique. Very, very, very cool. Now get this. How much is their treasury? What do you guys got? Who guys guess? Well, how much do you think their treasury is worth? Oh, I don't want to give it away. I don't want to give it away. Floor price right now is 40 Ethereum. They've done 6.2. Wow, we've had the same amount. Obviously, their collection's tiny. Only three. How many NFTs? Sorry, there is 523 NFTs. So very, very small collection. Still very impressive amount of Ethereum. Yeah, my question for y'all is how big do you think their treasury is? FP Shark Tank, small competition for entrepreneurs. That's a great idea. I saw this one in the proposal. This is a fantastic, fantastic, fantastic idea. Super sick. It would be very, very entertaining, and it would showcase the utility of our DAO like live. Like freaking awesome. It would be so funny, dude. And it would be funny AF. Like we could have some skits in it too of like someone pitching a plunger company, an NFT plunger company. You know, I just really want to develop plungers. I think it would be really much utility. All randomized or tokens we can earn from staking, and have a shop on the website where we can purchase other NFTs. Yo, that's why we have the proposal board in the Discord. So when you have an idea you're excited about, like, of course, like I would love to take the idea and pitch it and say it's from so and so, but you know we're tasked with our own responsibilities and duties, and so that's why we made that section in our Discord for you all to go and put your ideas there, right? But the only thing I'd say is just think it through. Don't just shit post everything that comes to your mind. Just think through, like, why is this effective? I think we've put a guide there of how to write your proposals. Think it through, but like that's the point. 30,000 ETH. Yeah, Munkin's on the right on the dot. The treasury of nouns is roughly 30,000 Ethereum. It's just freaking nuts when you really think about it. Absolutely nuts. So they're very well funded. I mean, kudos to them. They're destroying, and you can see that like their whole ethos is to push the noun culture. So they're all, like, we're obviously not nouns. We don't have that much ETH, so we can't be like really nuts with how we spend our money here. We got to obviously be smart. But like their whole, they have a small grant system, and they just want to keep expanding the brand, right? They want to keep expanding the brand of nouns. So it's super sick. Like if I show you, where is it? Is it the ideas section? I think it's the ideas, funding for small grants. Oh no, where is it? Nouns.wtf. Okay, here it is. Check this out. So why it's a big deal, because it's already working. Like it's already proven and working. Like we're not like the first, you know what I mean? You never want to be the very first because there's so much risk, but you don't want to be the last. It's good to be like not the eighth, you know. It's good to be like pretty relatively early. Look at Google. Was Google the first? No. Were they the last? No. They came in just the right time, and they gained a competitive advantage pretty damn quick and destroyed. All right, check this out. So here it is. Someone's putting acquisition. Lil Nouns has a 30 ETH bid on this guy right here, and if no one puts in a bid in 3 hours, it's going to go right to the treasury of 28,000 Ethereum. One noun every day forever. Let's go look at what people are discussing. Discourse. So you can go to their discourse. It shows you like what people are actively discussing. We're going to do this in our Discord instead of having a discourse, just because it's like it's so much better in our opinion. Why take people from the Discord now to a new site? I mean, maybe someone will put in a proposal of like we should have a discourse, and if the community wants it, it can be done. And then if you click on the DAO, you can see here. Look at you see what's been executed. Nouns Builder Protocol number 167. What's this? Let's take a look. You had 143 for, 108 against, and look at the proposals people put. Like you, we believe the Nouns DAO is a significant form factor innovation for NFTs and DAOs. Instead of giving all power and capital solely to a project's founder, the Nouns model enables communities to emerge and be an active participant in how their brand and the community evolves. We believe that more Nouns forks should exist, right? So there's sub DAOs beneath Nouns. There's tons of there's a bunch of other communities that exist. I want to just go to some more interesting ones. Look, the Nouns. Oh, this one didn't do well. They want to do now something with Nouns Mr. Beast. That they actually ended up voting against it. A proposal drafted by Hindsight. So he said the challenge requests a DAO fund a project for 500 Ethereum in order to proliferate the Nouns by running a competition open to anyone to convince Mr. Beast to give away 500 grand or 340 Ethereum, preferably to charity on his YouTube channel, given to him by the Nouns in a Nounish focused episode for his show. So they wanted to basically have Mr. Beast be like, thank you to Nouns for giving away this much, and shout them out, and them having like a cultural impact there. Pretty interesting proposal. It got slam dunk though. It did not go through at all. But like that, this is essentially right. This is essentially the idea, and I think they have a closed Discord community. So in their Discord, they're probably like talking about it and shit before they put in their vote. Really fascinating stuff, right? Very fascinating shit. Let's see what got passed. DCS pod got executed. Oh wow, this did super well. DCS is a pod, and their community's like, dude, for 500 NFTs, and for them to be getting like, what was it? 160 divided by 540 to have 30% of the whole community be participating is a big freaking deal. Like usually if you get 10%, that's great. 30% is significant, like very significant. So it's just super impressive, man. Super duper impressive. What was this one? There currently exists a large gap between the current Nouns funding landscape that creates challenges for Nounish builders. Oh, they want to look. I think they propose an idea to change. So it's the cool thing. You can actively change some of the on-chain shit through proposals. That's the beauty of it. You can then update like, hey, I don't think our contracting is done right, or hey, I think these parameters are not done right. So what did they say? They said on the lower end of the spectrum, there are many options for builders seeking anything less than 10 Ethereum between NSFW, Prop House, a number of sub-DAO efforts, NARS, Shark DAO, Lil Nouns. These are the sub-DAOs, right? On the higher end, there's virtually no limit. As we've seen on-chain proposals go to $1 million. That's crazy. However, in between these 2 points, there's a gap that continues to grow as we see with NSFW, Prop House, SubDAOs preferring to run more experiments with smaller amounts, all while prominent nowners are increasingly calling for the DAO to scale upward and not consider on-chain props lower than 20 Ethereum. Wow. This places builders in a tough spot where they must figure out how their concept from point A to point B to achieve escape velocity. The issue is further exacerbated by the closure of the official Nouns Discord server. Oh, interesting. Which will make it harder for the DAO to reach consensus on on-chain props as a governing body. Looks like they did that. You see why they did that? Because they have a discourse. So they're like, what the hell's the point of our Discord now? DCS will focus on working. That's why we didn't want to do a discourse, because we have a Discord that people are already used to, and we can just freshen it up. So why should we have everyone forced to go to discourse? You know, so that makes sense. DCS will focus on working with these builders who have graduated from one of the off-chain funding programs to provide them with bridge funding and guidance. Interesting. Said in a different way, we help builders do cool shit. On-chain proposals, DCS, Prop House, and pod details. DCS pod members will leverage their Nounish network and experience to guide and work with builders to ensure the further success in the DAO. DCS will act as a working group to ensure the funded builders are provided more than just capital, but an active group to collaborate with. Oh, so they're going to be like, kind of like, not assistance, but a resource, like a resource to humans. The pod plays a key in 4 ways, creates stepping stone for off-chain graduates. Wow, this is actually really good. Provides accountability and additional data points for the broader DAO to consider when the resulting props go on chain. Emphasizes a transparent decision-making framework that is data-driven, scalable. So they're kind of like consultants, essentially, like human resources and consultants for people who want to work their way up to like a 20 ETH proposal, I guess, or somewhere in between, right? What areas will the pod focus on? Software, arts, and content, IRL. I mean, this is a sick proposal. I mean, they pinpoint. See, notice they start off with a problem of like, hey, there's a problem, right? Of there's these builders, but they either fall. There's a group of builders that are somewhere in the middle, but the current framework only puts them on one end of the spectrum or the other. So they're trying to seek they're trying to create a solution here, which is really fucking cool. So I don't want to bore you guys, but you know, you're welcome to do your own research, but I just want to show you like this is an yup, we will poke holes, but we will help further the thought too. If you make a proposal, no bad ideas. Dan, are we staying away from world gaming building since everything happened with NFT worlds? No, I do think it would be cool to do gaming shit. I do think that's something like the founders have talked about. I know you guys like what you call it. I'm pretty sure you guys would like to see something done with gaming. I think we just got to be smart how we go about it. We can't leverage on third parties like how we did before. We can only leverage them if they're like Gala, you know what I mean? Like where they're actually legitimately making shit from scratch, fully Web3. When you're dealing with like Web 2.1, 2.2 whatever the frick, it's a little bit harder. It only works for onboarding. It doesn't really do well when you're actually trying to make like fully Web3 shit. So I don't think we're entirely opposed. We still hold all the tokens. We still have World. It's just chilling there. If World comes around, like let me actually check it. Have they done anything? Like what's going on? What are they doing now? I honestly have not looked at them for months. NFT Worlds. NFT Worlds. Let's see. Let me put it on stream. It's a great question because I know you guys you got that airdrop. We airdropped at the time was worth like $1 million worth of World token to all our holders. Not each, but total. Truth Gala is great with artists. Yeah, great lesson here. Yeah, so that's the only caveat. Like, it would be cool if we brought on engineers to make something for our holders, to make like a browser-based game that where our holders had maybe exclusive access to, or it's free to play. But I don't know. It's something we need to definitely not just YOLO into, right? But the DAO will allow that conversation to be had. And if our holders want something at the end of the day, if it's going to bring value to Frankenpunks, then why the hell not, right? Why the hell not? Okay, let's look at NFT worlds. It's been a hot minute. Anyone who doesn't know, we owned 5 worlds. We were making something for our holders and a way for a lot of new people to get into not only like NFTs, but learn about Frankenpunks. And we were gonna we were wrapping a lot of utility behind owning the Frankenpunk and what it affords you in these like virtual worlds. But unfortunately, there was a cease and desist that came out from Mojang and Microsoft that forced people, creators, and the people behind this technology to basically completely stop. But it looks like they're still creating art. Next month, we'll be dropping our first round of limited edition pre-release new loot boxes. Bro, what? I mean, the art looks cool, but oh, what is this? A saw sword? On-chain jam. Yeah, so I don't know what's going on. I guess they're just making new art. They're making new art. Have they said anything? We just posted a new announcement. Okay. Here we go. GM, everybody. I've been watching the conversation in Discord. This is ArcDev, one of the founders. Just want to take our time, our motivations behind MetaFab. What the hell is MetaFab? Is this a new endeavor? MetaFab, blockchain gaming API. Congratulations. What? Oh, is this a tech that they've already built? Arcane Survivor, blockchain gaming API. Whoa. So let me get this straight. They're not making a specific game, but they're making the infrastructure behind people to create games. 100% gasless, custodial Arbitron player wallets, ERC20. I just don't want them to make the same mistake of leveraging a platform that will rug them. You know what I mean? Like they leveraged Minecraft, but they got rugged because it wasn't owned by Notch. Notch probably would have been like, this is fucking cool. Unfortunately, Microsoft wants their hands on everything. I just don't want these guys to do the same mistake. And, you know, we spend time working with them and working with their tools just for it to all be in vain. That's just the only fear. But I'm going to keep tabs. I need to do more research. I'm going to give this a full read sometime. But it looks like they're still active, which is great. I'm happy to see that. I'm not going to comment on what they're doing before I fully understand everything that's been going on. I think that's not fair. And I wouldn't want someone to do that to us and to me. So I'm not just going to make any like blanket judgments right here. What I will say is it's cool to see them active. It's cool that they're still, doing shit and they want to make utility and something awesome. And let me check their OpenSea. No, I think sometimes the best thing happens when something just falls on its face. You know, they should change this though. I don't know why their white paper still says Minecraft. They should really update this. Like, look, they still have a why Minecraft section. Okay, no, they updated it right here. NFT World's no longer building on top of Minecraft. They should just scrap this whole thing though. Like, they should scrap that. Yeah, so that's kind of my 2 cents. We'll look at what they're doing. Mud as well, because we still own the assets. We still own the coins and the lands. So I don't see the harm in checking it out. Doing some research into Worlds Beyond. What they are building looks insane, giving you the tools to build your world out and add your own tokens in game. It's a cool project, bro. Be able to join in your worlds. Low risk. I think we can piggyback off another NFT building a game world and have our Frankenpunks added in like Animo. Yep. I think what we got to do precisely, you guys are on the money. We just have to make the right partnerships with truly Web3 studios and games. We shouldn't be doing this Web2 shit. It's just not trustworthy. I completely agree. I do think we could get a lot of value of like allowing our holders have access to a game and using the art, like our art in the game. I think that would be collabs, because at the end of the day, like people have different tastes of games. Like not everyone's gonna like the same game, so we should be smart of just like locking in a lot of collaborations with good builders and good games. So like you like an MMO, play this one. You like a first person shooter, play this one. You know, you can use our skin in this one. You can use our skin in this one. That makes way more sense. And we bear less risk that way than really just taking on a big undertaking of developing like a metaverse. I don't think that's the route. Yeah. Alrighty, yo. I think this brings us to the end. It's been a very great stream. I hope y'all are able to take away some things. I absolutely love the conversations we had here. I think it was really productive and educational and heartwarming. So thank you for your time and your energy. Appreciate you guys. And Doc right now is still doing an AMA. Yeah, I'll show you guys. Doc's in this server right now. And he's where the hell is it? Oh, it's right here. He's on a stage in front of new community members. Okay, this is a whole new community. Your boy Dan69 set this up, and this is just the first of many. Check this out. It's in the Nifty Nuggets server. He's chilling right here. Maybe we should just pop in. Let's see what he's saying.
You know, I think build revenue streams inside the community, or at least just partner on some of them that we feel like could be really good ideas moving forward. Whether it be like data analytics tools or whether it be marketplace tools or things like that. I think those are really interesting.
So Doc's, he's getting in front of people. He's telling them about FP, giving them value. It is a private Discord, so I unfortunately cannot just like drag and drop and invite you guys. But if you'd like to be informed of these AMAs and when they're happening, some will be on Twitter, some will be in these Discords, and some of them are private communities. So it's hard to whitelist like 20, 30 people all at once. It's usually just like 1 or 2 people from the community partnering can get in. But you know what I'm saying? We out here, we're making moves. Love you guys. Thank you, Playboy. Appreciate you. Thank you, Munkin, Adam, Spelling, Stella, Senior, all of you legends, all our viewers, anyone who wasn't even commenting, thank you for tuning in. Hope you have a great Friday. I'll be on Twitter in about 2 hours, kind of talking about similar stuff and just talking with y'all and doing a little Twitter space action, maybe having a guest on. So anyways, love you guys. Thank you. Thank you. You're very welcome. My pleasure. And I'll see you guys next time.
Shorty pick a number, ask her what she want, and she told me that she only need a one-on-one. You can go and check the wallet, I'm just having fun. Watch some money come, I ain't tryna flip, baby, I just bought the dip. And yeah, my bitch is curvy, I ain't talking about her hips. Didn't need a white list, took a shot I can't miss. I'm just sleeping while they sleeping, they forgot the D-list. And I'm like, oh no, I don't want that FOMO. We about to blow. Don't blink too quick, might miss it when we go.